tariffs, but they announced yesterday specifically targeted sanctions against some big U.S. companies, products, but we know who the companies that make them are, and clearly designed to put maximum political pressure on the president. So this kind of raises the stakes for Donald Trump. What does he do now? Does he go back after China? Does he wait and see how it plays out? Or is there some sort of secret back channel negotiation underway or about to begin that we don't know about? As some analysts said, you know, this could turn out to be good for the U.S. economy in the long run, so you don't want to overreact, because what if they do negotiate and bring down tensions? Very hard to say right now. Markets obviously sell first, ask questions later, but you know, all kinds of possibilities. We just don't know what's going to happen.
Well, it looks Michael McKee. Speaking of selling first, Boeing getting hit hard in the pre-market. We're down by almost 5% after those tariffs come proposed by the Chinese to go on to US aircraft. Of course, proposals and not yet tariffs, but the market reacting. We're down by over 4.5%. I want to get you some more movers, some more proposal tariff casualties, so to speak. Here is Bloomberg's Taylor Riggs. Taylor.
John, it's not only the plane makers, but the automobiles in the chip sector. That's also what we're looking to get. With the automobiles, what's interesting is China imported about $14 billion of U.S. autos last year. So you see Ford and GM are lower, but they also manufacture cars in China. So they can start to do that more to help offset the tax. Not listed here is Tesla, but they're off by almost 4.5% because they really only rely on American-made cars. China is their second largest market after the U.S. Flip up the board, I also want to look at the chip makers. Those are lower as they digest the tariff news. Advanced Micro Devices and NVIDIA are the two that I'm focused on. AMD gets 33.
Okay, it's April 4th, 9:06 a.m. April 4th, 2018, 9:06 a.m. We're looking out of the window of 255 West 43rd Street in Manhattan. We're looking at northwest, direction northwest. It's mainly north, west about 20-30 degrees. We're looking at the twin chimneys that belong to John's Pizzeria, located at 260 West 44th Street. I recently put in another DEP complaint number, and being told, reading that they didn't observe anything, but you can see the smoke here. We're going to just look at the TV. This is
the United States responding to particular circumstances, and in the 301 actions that were the subject last night and this morning, what you're going to see are negotiations, most certainly. The United States has been signaling that. I know Secretary Ross did this morning, as have the Chinese.
Terry, just to pick up on something that Michael McKee and others have picked up on as well, the political sensitivity of some of the issues that China has touched on with their reciprocation, their own proposals that they've put on the table in the last 24 hours, soybeans, aircraft, Boeing. When you think about those kind of things, when it hits the heartland of the core voter of President Donald Trump, are they really the ones that are escalating things in the last 24 hours, or is it the United States?
Well, you know, this has been going on for a long time, and you know, this administration would say they're reacting to long-standing Chinese actions. Their view is that the problems really began shortly after China's accession to the WTO 15 years ago. You know, I thought President Trump has actually explained his position very well, and has been transparent on trade strategy. He says he respects President Xi. I think at one point he said he would have done the same thing.
okay, so you can see it's 9:09 a.m. April 4th. Let's zoom out. Go back to the zoom back in. See, I'm going to do another video now. I think the smoke is the video. I don't know if you can see it. I'm using the manual aperture. It's maybe a little dark, so let me go switch to the automatic. Aperture shows the details, subtle details better.